Hello and welcome to Business Live. Coming up in this bulletin, World Bank warns Ghana to fast-track energy sector reforms or risk worsening the country's debt crisis.
It costs the government approximately $1.4 billion in 2024 in transfers to cover the financial shortfalls in the energy sector. And these are projected to rise to about $2 billion by 2026.
The Public Utilities Regulatory Commission announces a 1.14% upward adjustment in electricity tariffs for all consumer categories effective October 1st, 2025. We are live with the Food and Beverages Association. On the Joy Business Van, we take you to Bethel Dental Clinic, where high-tech dentistry meets a human touch. Now we have more of this right after this break. My name is Winston Taki. Stay tuned. This is Business Live. Now to our first business story. The World Bank is warning Ghana to fast-track energy sector reforms or risk worsening the country's debt level. Division Director for Ghana, Robert Taliosio, cautions that financial shortfalls in the energy sector could rise from $1.4 billion in 2024 to $2 billion by 2026, an estimated 2% of GDP. He made the remarks at the launch of the World Bank's 2025 policy note on transforming Ghana in a generation in Accra.
Policy reforms, therefore, remains challenging, and risks will continue to escalate unless prompt, decisive action is taken. For example, further delays in the long-awaited reforms of the energy sector are risking the country's macro-financial sustainability. It costs the government approximately $1.4 billion in 2024 in transfers to cover the financial shortfalls in the energy sector. And these are projected to rise to about $2 billion by 2026. This is about 2% of GDP, which could otherwise be used for priority spending in health, education, or improving Ghana's road network. In this sense, every month of delay is extremely costly for the nation. We're deeply concerned about insufficient progress on these critical reforms. However, some advancements are evident in the sector and should be recognized. There's a significant increase in revenue recorded through the cash waterfall mechanism this year, pending audit confirmation, compared to the same period last year. We hope this improvement in revenue collection by ECG will not only be sustained forever, but will even further increase to match Ghana's high-performing peers in West Africa, which currently do better on revenue collections in the electricity sector than Ghana. No reason why Ghana can't be doing even better than its peers in the region. Similarly, reforms in the cocoa sector are urgent to improve the sector's resilience and financial sustainability.
Moving on, the Public Utilities Regulatory Commission, PURC, has announced a 1.14% upward adjustment in electricity tariffs for all consumer categories effective October 1st, 2025. Water tariffs will remain unchanged for the same period. In a statement signed by Acting Executive Secretary Shafiq Suleiman, the Commission said the decision follows the quarter tariff review mechanism, which tracks key economic factors that affect the cost of delivering utility services. Joining us on Zoom is the President of the Food and Beverages Association of Ghana, John Awuni. Welcome to the Business Live. What is your initial reaction to the PURC recent 1.14% increase in tariff? Kindly unmute, please.
Okay, I'm sorry. So I would say that, thank you very much for a good question, but then I would say that if the PRC, as the PRC has adjusted the tariff by 1.14%, because to reflect the cost of production now, I would have said that for the beginning of the year up till now, indeed, we have had issues where the cedi has strengthened strongly against the US dollar, and many businesses and other institutions may have had gains. But then we kept on having increment in electricity tariffs. And so I thought that if that since the exchange rate is a major factor, then there should have been reduction. But let me fast forward say that there is no amount of tariff increment that can solve the problem of the utility sector. Ghanaians are already paying extremely high tariff rates, and that for industry to work and work well, for the business sector to work and work well, tariffs must be reviewed downwards rather than increment. If the inefficiency in the electricity sector is not resolved, any amount of tariff adjustment will continue to amount to pouring water in a basket. If you have a utility sector that mobilizes revenue, its revenue collection rate is below 50%. Indeed, in the year 2023-2024 August 2023 to July 2024, ECG average revenue collection rate was 43%, such an abysmal level. They come in their recent presentation with a budget of 20% losses. You cannot have an institution that budgets to have losses of about 20 or even 27%. An institution that mobilizes its revenue up below 50%, you can't have such institution with tariff helping them. I think that we need an executive order in that utility organization, the water company, the ECG in particular, to resolve the waste, to resolve the corruption in that institution rather than higher tariffs.
Great. How significant is this upward adjustment in terms of impact for businesses such as the food and beverages sector?
It is going to continue to exacerbate the already deteriorating situation in the food and beverage sector. As I indicated some few days ago, sales in the food and beverage sector has dropped by as much as 70%. Things are literally at a standstill. And remember, food is an essential. So if people are not buying food, then what is happening in the non-food sector? So even if the percentage increment is 0.5, it will transfer to the prices of food. As they have increased by 1.14%, expect transporters to begin to agitate for increment. Bread price will go up. In fact, everything will go up. And so because there's nobody that will bear that. And indeed, it's going to continue to make Ghanaian products completely uncompetitive. The way to the industrialization in this country is not through higher tariffs. Electricity must not just be available, but it must be affordable. That is power security. What is the point having power available and yet people cannot afford it? And the level of tariffs compared to the levels of income Ghanaians are having now is extremely very high. And I think that it must be a major concern to government. It must be a major concern to the PURC. Because clearly, electricity is the foundation cost of every production system in the country, name it. And indeed, if you want to industrialize, if you want the 24-hour economy as set by the current government to make any meaning, then you must work at reducing tariffs rather than increasing tariffs. And I'm not just saying that they should reduce tariffs just for reduction's sake. I am saying that electricity company deserves money, but let them go out and mobilize. You can't be mobilizing money and revenue less than 50%, and you say that tariff will solve the problem.
Okay.
Higher tariffs can never solve that problem.
Duly noted. Now, given current economic conditions, including inflation, exchange rate volatility, how would this tariff increase affect your members, especially you made mention how it will affect product on the market. But do you foresee this increase leading to higher prices subsequently for consumers?
Obviously. Very good question, Winston. It is obviously going to lead to higher prices. Come first week of October, go to the Makola market, not only our food and beverage, but go to Makola, go to Medina, go to Malata. Tomato prices will go up, onion will go up. They will tell you that, oh, Oma to power, Oma to power, Oma to power. That's all what they will say. So essentially, the whole, in fact, businesses haven't recovered from the previous shocks of the happenings of the previous government. So if businesses are not trying to recover, more especially right now, we have the cedi depreciating against the major currency, particularly the dollar. These are losses that we are making. And so with this kind of losses, we expect that we don't expect any cost to come in again. And that is our challenge now.
Thank you, John Awuni, Chairman of the Foods and Beverages Association, giving us insight on the implication of the recent tariff by PURC that will certainly be affecting the operations subsequently. Now, moving on, the country recorded more than 900,000 international visitors between the fourth quarter of 2022 to the third quarter of 2023. That's according to the latest Ghana International Travelers Report released by the Ghana Statistical Service today. There's more in this report.
Out of this number, a little over 888,000 spent more than a day in Ghana, pumping 15.1 billion Ghana cedis in expenditure for that period. However, those that spent just under 24 hours in Ghana, or let's say passengers that were in transit, recorded total expenditure of 24 million Ghana cedis. Majority of these overnight visitors came to Ghana purposely to visit friends and relatives. Hotel emerged as the most used type of accommodation for these persons, despite the springing up of short-stay properties in the capital and other parts of the country. Most of these visitors were coming from America and other West African countries. In terms of tourist sites, the Independence Square, Arts Center, Kwame Memorial Park emerged as the most visited during that period. For those that visited Ghana for just under 24 hours, their place of preference included Bisabrewa Museum, as well as the Cape Coast Castle. Males consistently outperformed their female counterparts across all age groups. In terms of age groups, persons between 36 to 64 years recorded the highest number of visits for each quarter when it comes to overnight stay and same-day visit.
Meanwhile, Ghana's Statistical Service is pushing government to roll out campaigns targeted at high-spending markets and visitors to Ghana. Government statistician maintains that these findings should go a long way to shape government policies.
Same-day visitors show potential for short-stay packages, while overnight visitors remind us of the power of family, businesses, and cultural ties. Both groups underline the need to improve facilities, diversify tourism products, and market Ghana more effectively. What does this mean for policy? Government could launch a Visit Ghana in a Day campaign to attract regional travelers. For overnight visitors, targeted campaigns aimed at the diaspora, business travelers, and our West African neighbors can bring in higher spending. The private sector has opportunities to expand shopping, dining, and accommodation, while civil society and development partners can support innovations such as National Tourism App and multilingual help desks at major entry points.
We have more business update for you right after this break. Keep watching. Welcome back to Business Live. My name is Winston Taki, and now to more business stories. In a world where healthcare often feels rushed and impersonal, one clinic in Ghana is changing the game, blending high-tech dentistry with a human touch to give patients something worth smiling about. This is Better Dental Clinic. More in the Joy Business Van episode today.
Welcome to Bethel Dental Clinic. My name is Dominic Ansan Asifua. I'm in charge of business development at Bethel Dental Clinic.
In the heart of Ghana's capital, Accra, a quiet transformation is taking place, one smile at a time. Welcome to Bethel Dental Clinic, where cutting-edge dental care meets compassionate service.
Our clinic is built with patient comfort, accessibility, and inclusivity in mind. Innovation is at the heart of everything that we do. And when you come to Bethel Dental Clinic, right at our car park, you can be assured of a covered and secured parking. We have a lift which makes movement very easy for the aged, the people with mobility challenges, and our clinic is on one floor, making movement very easy for everyone. Patient comfort is very key to us, and so at our waiting area we have PlayStation for kids, we have toys, and as a matter of fact, an entertainment area for kids. We treat our patients with coffee and tea. We make sure that our patients are comfortable and are ready for their treatment. So dentistry, usually people get anxious when they hear of the dental clinic, and what we try to do is to take that anxiety away. So at Bethel, we do implants, we do braces, we do all the procedures that you would want. We also ensure that we have invested in advanced technology, and so we use minimally invasive instruments in the provision of our services.
From routine checkups and cosmetic dentistry to orthodontics and advanced surgical procedures, Bethel Dental Clinic is redefining oral healthcare in Ghana. At the core of their practice, a commitment to innovation using digital x-rays, intraoral scanners, and modern techniques to deliver faster, safer, and more accurate results.
So I'm Dr. Junaid Akhtar Sheikh. I am an endodontist. I'm a root canal specialist here at Bethel Dental Clinic. So what we have here is a dental microscope. Okay, so the dental microscope has ushered us into an era of precision, comfort, and enhanced healthcare. So with the help of the microscope, it enhances the magnification, and it helps us to improve the actual quality of the oral health care. The best part of the microscope is that it enhances the magnification to such a level that the things which we cannot see with a naked eye or even with a loops, that we are able to see with the microscopes. It helps us to see if there is any decay, okay, if there are any micro cracks, okay, when we are doing root canal, it helps us to find if there are any accessory or missing canals, okay. So with the help of the microscope, the dentist and the patient, they both gain from it to achieve a enhanced oral health care. Also, we have a dental 3D printer from Formlabs, okay. So it helps us to improve accuracy in the forming of prosthesis. It has reduced the overall production time of the restorations. Means when the other techniques would take like a day or a week or more than that, with the help of the 3D printers, it has reduced the overall fabrication time to few hours or on the same day.
With a modern clinic management system, patients can easily book appointments, access their records, and make secure payments, all designed to make the experience seamless, efficient, and stress-free. Next time, we'll hear more about how Bethel Dental Clinic is setting a new standard for oral health in Ghana with smart systems, skilled professionals, and state-of-the-art care.
In another development, Director General of the Securities and Exchange Commission, James Aveji, has called on the Institute of Chartered Accountants Ghana, ISAC, to consider some investment into digital technology and online platforms to reach broader audience. According to him, that will meet the growing trend of technology and meet the demand for professionals in the field. He made a call in a speech as a guest speaker for the second graduation and admission ceremony of the ISAC. Here is more.
The 45th graduation and admission ceremony of the Institute of Chartered Accountants Ghana is the second in the year 2025 to admit 500 new qualified members into full membership, associate membership and others. In his keynote address, Director General of the Securities and Exchange Commission, James Saveji, praised the institute for its valuable contribution to the education of professionals across the country. He therefore made a call on the board of the institute to consider some investments into online platforms to improve the accessibility of courses to meet global trends.
All initiatives of the institute aimed to enhance the professionalism and ethical standard of its members, ensuring that they stay current with global trends and regulations. With technology advancing rapidly, the institute must invest in digital learning platforms and e-certification to reach a broader audience. As a member of the International Federation of Accountants and other regional accounting bodies, the institute stays aligned with international standards and best practices.
President of the Institute, Augustine Addo, used the platform to congratulate the newly inducted members and called on members to make efforts to weed out charlatans in the industry.
Ethical values. You can't work as an accountant while you play down on ethics. And it has become more important today than before for us to uphold ethics. My dear ones, it must be emphasized that integrity, objectivity, professional competence, confidentiality, and willingness to take firm stand are essential attributes to our profession. You must uphold them and live with them. As you progress in the profession and in your respective careers, you need to place emphasis on a set of professional knowledge, professional skills, and professional values and professional ethics and attitudes broad enough to enable you to adapt to constant change.
Some members were singled out for awards to recognize their exemplary performance in the various courses.
That's all for business here on Business Live. My name is Winston Taki. Thanks for watching. Enjoy the rest.